Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to USA International Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing Network, bringing you today's feature event, 40 fast laps at USA International in the Fanatec Rookie Street Stock Series. Let's have a look at the starting grid. Starting in the 16th spot, it's Corey Andon in the Eat the Rich Chevrolet, Corey racing out of Ohio. Starting 15th, he did not make the starting grid in time, so he'll be starting from the pits. That's Trevor Scott out of Illinois, starting in the 14th spot. In car number 14, that's the Rowdy Chevrolet of Maverick McMahon out of the West region. Starting in the 13th spot in car number 12, the Skoll Chevrolet of Vincent Acard, Vincent from Phoenix, Arizona. Starting in the 12th spot, he races out of California. That's Kenny Cross in car number 11, the Green and Blue Chevrolet. Starting 11th. In car number 10, the white and powder blue Chevrolet of Mark Cohn out of California. Now your top 10 starters. Starting in the 10th spot, in car number 8, it's Jeffrey Wiegers, the Whiskey River Chevrolet from the New England region. Starting 9th, in car number 7, the Ally Chevrolet of Jamie Stripe, Jamie from Ohio. Starting in the 8th spot, in car number 6, the Burling Motor Group Chevrolet of Nick Burling from Southport, Australia. Starting in the 7th spot, in car number 5, that is Anthony Gangitano racing out of California. Starting in the 6th spot, in car number 4, that is Stephen Rage, Stephen from the Great Plains region. Starting in the 5th spot, in car number 2, it's Austin Mundy and the Monster Chevrolet Austin from the Carolinas. Starting in the 4th spot, in car number 1, that will be Jess Mitchell. Mitchell did not make the starting bell in time either. He'll start from the pits. Starting 3rd in car number 9, that's Richie Tyndall in the Armor All Chevrolet. Tyndall racing out of Salem, Indiana. On the front row outside, in car number 3, that will be Troy Martin in the Pepperoni Pizza automobile. And on the pole in car number 58, he'll show up on your telemetry as 13. That's Aaron Johnson in the Steve Sims tribute car. Johnson racing out of Bailey, Colorado. Steve Sims, a track champion in Texas, mostly on the dirt, and mostly in the Street Stock Series. Sims well known for sporting a different scheme every year. This scheme, a tribute to Sims' 2019 car, the pace car, leads the field around the speedway. They head down the back straightaway as this race is getting ready to go green. Johnson on the inside, Troy Martin to his outside, then with Richie Tyndall, Austin Mundy, and Stephen Rage all in the top 5 here. As we look to get this race underway, the pace car is in. Johnson's going to set the field. He hammers the throttle, gets a good start compared to the 3 of Troy Martin. Johnson and Richie Tyndall are going to go by and take off for the lead here, 1-2. It's going to be Johnson out front, followed by Tyndall, then Troy Martin in the 3 car, and the 2 of Austin Mundy will round out the top 4. Johnson down the back straightaway, rolls through the center of 3 and 4 onto the front straight. He's going to complete lap 1 in the lead. It's going to be Aaron Johnson leading as we start lap number 2 of 25. It's a 25-lap event at USA International, not a 40-lap. That was my fault. Out front, Johnson leads, followed by Tyndall, Martin, Mundy, Rage, with Gangitano 6th, Wiegers 7th, McMahon 8th, Nick Burling 9th, and Vincent Acard 10th. The 9 car of Tyndall looks to the inside as Johnson closes on the Ally car. That's the 7 of Jamie Stripe. Stripe must have been into some kind of trouble, up against the wall again, trying to give the leader some room as Johnson goes by with Richie Tyndall right behind him. The 3 of Troy Martin also right there. We've kind of got a 4-car breakaway. Stephen Rage also in the picture. These 4 cars have pulled away from the rest of the field, stretching the lead out to about 3 seconds over the 5th place car of Austin Mundy. Johnson runs a nice smooth line. It looks like a little smoke in front of Johnson. Somebody may be slipping and sliding around as Johnson comes down the back straightaway, continues to lead over the 9 of Richie Tyndall and the 3 of Troy Martin. Johnson out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaways. There's a crash. That's the 7 that crashes, and it takes out our 3rd place car. That's the 3 of Troy Martin, the Pepperoni Pizza car. Gets taken out by the lapped car of Jamie Stripe. Johnson closing in on the 10 of Mark Cohn. Cohn missing some sheet metal in the front as he's been involved in an accident. Johnson rolls through the center of the corner now onto the front straightaway. He's going to come by the start-finish line this time. Johnson leads lap 5, looks to the inside of the 10. The 10 starts to spin. Johnson did not touch him. 10 spins right in front of the leaders. Aaron Johnson probably needs a new driver's suit at this point. Johnson 1, Tyndall 2, Rage 3. Maverick McMahon has moved up into the 4th spot. McMahon started 14th. He's gained 10 position. Johnson nearly gets the wall coming out of turn 4. It's going to be Aaron Johnson leading with Tyndall, Rage, McMahon, and now Nick Burling has moved into the 5th spot. Burling coming into 5th after starting 8th, so Burling moving up just a little bit. Let's have a look through the field. Behind Johnson on the racetrack, that's the 9 of Richie Tyndall. Tyndall running in 2nd. Behind Tyndall, the 4 of Stephen Rage. Rage running in the 3rd spot. Behind Rage on the speedway, that is the 14 of Maverick McMahon, currently sitting in the 4th spot. And behind McMahon, it is the 6 of Nick Burling running in 5th. Just behind them, it's Vinny Acard. Vincent Acard showing his car number 12, the Skoll Chevrolet, running in the 6th spot. On the racetrack behind Acard is the 5 of Anthony Gangitano. Gangitano currently sits in the 7th position. And behind Gangitano, the next car on the racetrack, the 58 of Aaron Johnson. So at this point in time, it looks as though everyone else either is in the pits or has withdrawn from the race. Johnson on the front straightaway. We are on lap 9 of 25. Aaron Johnson leads. Richie Tyndall 2nd, Rage 3rd, McMahon 4th, Nick Burling running in 5th. Johnson, part of the Johnson iRacing team headquartered in Miller, Missouri, but with members all over the United States. Also runs the Johnson iRacing team YouTube channel, which provides videos that give some hints and tips and tricks on how to be fast in iRacing, and regular broadcasts such as this one of iRacing events. Johnson closing on the 5 of Anthony Gangitano. Gangitano the last car on the lead lap. Johnson running him down quickly. Aaron Johnson really beginning to stretch the lead out over the rest of the field. Johnson looks to the inside of Gangitano, has no patience for the 11, gives Cross just a little nudge to give Kenny Cross out of the way. Cross 4 laps down. Johnson on a mission and unwilling to let a lapped car hold him up. Johnson out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Stephen Rage runs 2nd. Maverick McMahon has moved up into the 3rd spot with Vincent Acard 4th. It looks like Richie Tyndall must have run into some kind of an issue, as Tyndall has dropped all the way back to the 6th position. Johnson down the front straightaway. He leads. It's going to be Aaron Johnson leading at the halfway point. Johnson in that black and green Steve Sims tribute car, continuing to run a nice smooth race. That 58 car glued to the bottom of the speedway in the corners. Johnson now down the front straightaway. There he's at the halfway point. Aaron Johnson with the lead. Aaron Johnson is going to be leading this race by about 8 seconds over Stephen Rage, who is in 2nd with McMahon 3rd, Burling 4th, and Richie Tyndall in the 5th spot. Let's take another run through the field. Behind Johnson, we see the 5 of Anthony Gangitano. Gangitano running in the 6th spot, 1 lap down. Behind Gangitano, it's the 11 of Kenny Cross. Cross giving way to the 2 of, who is the 2 car? That's the Monster Energy car of Austin Monday. Monday 9 laps down. To his outside is the 3. That's the Pepperoni Pizza car of Troy Martin. Martin involved in that early incident. He's being shown in the 8th spot, 3 laps down. Behind the monster car is the 8 of Jeffrey Wiegers. Wiegers shown in the 7th spot, 1 lap down. Then behind Wiegers, we've got the 4 of Stephen Rage. Rage in the 2nd spot, about 10 seconds behind Johnson. Then behind Rage, that's the 14. The 14 car of Maverick McMahon. McMahon trying to close on Rage. McMahon being shown in the 3rd spot. Then behind McMahon, we've got the 6 of Burling and the 9 of Richie Tyndall. Those cars racing for position. Burling running 4th right now. Richie Tyndall in 5th. Tyndall almost gets the 6 of Burling. He looks to the inside. Richie Tyndall with a good race car had some kind of an issue early, and Richie Tyndall looks like he's going to make a pass here to move into the 4th spot just ahead of Nick Burling. Behind Burling, we get to the 58 of Johnson, who continues to lead. There are 8 laps to go. Aaron Johnson now with about an 11-second lead over the rest of the field. Johnson running a nice smooth race. He is going to lead as we begin lap number 19. There are 7 laps to go. Johnson with the lead, followed by Rage, McMahon, Tyndall, and Burling. Those 5 cars, the only cars on the lead lap. Behind them, Gangitano, Wiegers, Troy Martin, and Kenny Cross, with Vincent Acard rounding out the top 10, although Acard looks as though he has withdrawn from the race. He may very well lose a couple of spots to Jamie Stripe and Austin Mundy, who continue to make laps on the racetrack. There are what looks like 11 cars left on the racing surface at this point in time. Johnson with the lead. There are 6 to go as Johnson runs a nice smooth race, comes out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. He's going to cross the start-finish line this time. There will be 5 to go. Johnson closing on some more lap traffic as it looks like Maverick McMahon has moved around the 4 of Nick Burling. Richie Tyndall is closing on McMahon as well. So Richie Tyndall here trying to work his way back up into the second spot after some misfortune. Will lap traffic help Richie Tyndall out as the 14 of Maverick McMahon has bumped into some lap traffic? Tyndall just goes underneath the 14 and drives past. Richie Tyndall has moved back into the second spot behind Aaron Johnson. Tyndall had been running second early, had an incident, moved all the way back to 6th. Richie Tyndall putting the moves on the rest of the field, but it's Aaron Johnson continuing to lead. Johnson comes down the front straightaway to the start-finish line. There are 3 laps to go this time. Johnson has put Stephen Rage a lap down. There are 4 cars on the lead lap. Johnson, Tyndall, McMahon, and Burling. 1, 2, 3, 4, with Aaron Johnson closing on the 6 of Nick Burling. He's not going to have to worry about putting Burling a lap down at this point, I don't think. There are only going to be 2 laps to go this time by. Johnson running a very smooth race, making no mistakes in that 58 car. Aaron Johnson doing a nice job here. Behind Johnson, Tyndall, Maverick, McMahon, then Burling, Rage, Gangitano, Wiegers, Martin, Cross, and Jamie Stripe. Vincent Acard, who had been running 10th, has dropped into the 12th spot and will end up finishing in that position as Acard, Cone, Corey Andon, Jess Mitchell, and Trevor Scott are out of the race. Johnson takes the white flag. This is the last lap. Aaron Johnson in that black and green Chevrolet down the back straightaway. Johnson leading by about 16 seconds over the second place car of Richie Tyndall. Johnson now through the center of 3 and 4, out of 4 onto the front straightaway. This is going to be Aaron Johnson taking the win at USA International Speedway. Behind Aaron Johnson, it's the 9 of Richie Tyndall who's going to finish up in second. Then behind him, it looks like it'll be the 14 of McMahon and the 4 of Nick Burling. Richie Tyndall out of turn 4 to the stripe. That's Nick Burling behind Tyndall. Sorry, that's McMahon behind Tyndall. And then the 6 of Nick Burling. The 8 car just about crashes. That's Jeffrey Wiegers as he crosses the start-finish line, very nearly turning that car around backward. But it is Aaron Johnson with the win. An excellent race from USA International Speedway. Aaron Johnson takes home the win. He leads flag to flag after starting on the pole. Behind him, Richie Tyndall second, Maverick McMahon third, Nick Burling fourth, Stephen Rage in fifth, with Anthony Gangitano sixth, Jeffrey Wiegers seventh, Troy Martin eighth, and Kenny Cross ninth, and Jamie Stripe 10th. That'll do it from USA International Speedway for the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network. This is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.